Hello and welcome to week 24 of the Country Garden Crochet Along. This week we're going to be making the moss stitch. This beautiful stitch is really quite addictive, and no matter what colour combination you use, it always comes out looking absolutely stunning. So how do we make it?
Okay, so we're going to start by making a border around our entire blanket. So you should have all four of your corner squares joined on now. And all we're going to do is make a single crochet in the back loop only all the way around. So you can join into any stitch you want, it doesn't matter where you join. Okay, and chain one, and in the same stitch, back loop only, going to make a single crochet, and I'm going to do that all the way around. So careful when you get to your joins with the squares, and make sure your stitch is in the right place. So for these you should have 16 stitches. So you're going to make your corner stitch in the chain one. Okay, so you'll have 2 stitches in the chain one for the corner stitches, sorry. And then after that you'll have 15 stitches the rest of the way. So if you include the corner, the one corner stitch is 16 stitches across your squares. And then continue that round. I've got a bit of an end come loose there, I'll need to sew that back in. And then it's just simply a single crochet in every stitch across. Just help if I was to get one. Goes in there. Right, so I'm going to carry on with that. Remember those 2 single crochet in the chain one space of each of your corners, and I shall see you when we get round back to the beginning. So once we've finished our round of single crochet in the back loop, it'll look like this. And now we can start our moss stitch. So I'm going to be working over the top of the colour work arrow panel, and we're going to start by joining into the corner of the square here. So we're going to join into the chain one space in the corner, and I'm going to be starting with a light green. So I love the moss stitch because it's a really simple stitch, but it works up quickly and it always looks so pretty. Right, so here's our corner stitch here. So we've got 2 single crochet in the one stitch. Here's the first one, here's the second one. I'm going to join into that second stitch. And I'm going to join and chain 2. So this won't count as a stitch. So after my chain 2, I'm going to single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next. That's all we're going to do all the way down. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so I've got to the end of the row, and we're going to finish in the first corner stitch at the end. Excuse me. So the last single crochet, we're going to change colour. So I've left the last 2 loops of my hook, and I'm going to bring in a yellow and join that on. I'm just doing a quick chain one even, and turn. Right, so I can cut off the green. Let's get rid of that. Right. Okay, and I'm going to chain 1 again. So the first stitch is going to be in the chain 1 space. Ooh, I've done a yarn over. Hang on, let's try that again. So in the chain 1 space you make a single crochet. Okay, and then chain 1, and we just carry on the pattern as we did in row 1. So the only thing with the moss stitch, remember, is to keep your chain 1s loose, otherwise it's going to pinch up a bit. But such a simple pattern. You just chain 1 and then single crochet in the chain spaces, so we get this lovely interlocking look coming through. You see that? Lovely. Right, so I'm using a different colour in every row. So after this yellow, I'll be using an orange, then a pink, then I've got lilac, a light purple, a dark purple, fuchsia, then red. And then we'll start reversing the colours again. So if you want to copy my colour scheme, if you look in the description for this video, you'll find the link to those colours. Actually, I will put the colour list in the video, in the description, so you can see it. It's a different colour for every row. And we have, where did I put my numbers? In a second. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18 rows for this stitch. I'm going to use 9 different colours, but when I get to the 9th colour, I'm going to be using the same colours but in reverse, sort of thing. So I'm going to go finish this panel. Okay, so the whole thing is just a repeat of row 2. So you're going to change colour at the end of every row, and actually I'm going to finish this row and I'll show you where the last stitch goes, and then we'll do it that way. I shall be back in a second. Okay, so I've got to the end of the row, I've done my last single crochet and a chain 1. So your last stitch of the row is going between your single crochet and this starting chain. So this starting chain doesn't count as a proper stitch, it's just a convenient place where you can turn. So at the beginning of the row we're going to change colour, and I'm going to bring in the orange and just pull through those last 2 loops, and I want to chain 2 just to hold that in place. I'm going to cut off the yellow and then turn. Okay, so the rest of this panel is a repeat of row 2. So we just carry on the same way. So after your chain 2, your first stitch is in the chain 1 space. Why do I keep yarning over? Let's try that again. Into the chain 1 space, make a single crochet. Chain 1 and single crochet in the chain space, and that's all this stitch is. So I'm going to change colours in every row, and there are 18 rows in total. But although I'm changing colours at the end of every row, I'm going to repeat my colours twice, but I'm going to do them in reverse. So once I finish with my 9th colour, I'm going to do another row of the 9th colour and then go backwards. So my final row is in this light green. I'm going to put a list of the colours I've used in the description of the video. You can also see them in the link for the written pattern. I'll be in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to finish this panel and I shall come back to you at the end of row 18. Okay, so I finished the final row, row 18. That's the final row of moss stitch. And to finish this panel we need to do a row of single crochet. So I'm going to carry on with my light green. So I've turned and chained 1, and then I'm going to make a single crochet in that first stitch, and then single crochet in the chain 1 space. and we're just going to single crochet into every stitch and every chain one space across, and just finish off the row with single crochet. Okay, so when you get to the end of row 19, you'll make a single crochet into the single crochet stitch. But to finish the row and keep your stitch count, you also need to make a stitch between the single crochet and the turning chain, just to get your stitch count correct. And that's it. You can now cut off and weave in your ends. Okay. And there is the finished panel. So you've got 19 rows in total, 18 of the moss stitch, and then the final row of single crochet. And that is this week complete. So I hope you enjoy that, and I shall see you next week for the next stitch. Bye for now.